have Shri Saravanan Iyer, who is going to talk about the temples of Uttar Pradesh. Over to you, Saravanan sir.
Hari Om, Namaste, Jai Shri Ram. So this week,
Hari Om sir. Hari Om sir. Hari Om sir.
Hari Om, Namaste, Namaste, Ram Ram. So this week we are going to see temples of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, the very first and foremost temple we start in Uttar Pradesh is the Gorakhnath Mat temple, Gorakhnath Mat Mandir. You've heard of Gorakhnath Mat? Somebody told some time back. I think Arvind or Aditya was telling about a Khichdi festival, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that is
Yes,
Gorakhnath
sir.
Mat Mandir, which is situated in Uttar Pradesh. And it is one of the largest temple in Uttar Pradesh. You know how big it is? It is about 52 acres of land. You know, the temple is situated on a 52-acre land, and it is very, very, very popular for its cultural and social activities. It's like prajnodaya. You know, we do a lot of cultural activities, social activities. We discuss culture, religion, spirituality, dance, music, everything, right? It is similarly on a larger scale in Gorakhnath Mandir. It is one of the very holy, very cultural, spiritual center of Uttar Pradesh. And this Gorakhnath Mat is situated in Gorakhpur. And the Gorakhpur, the name of the place, Gorakhpur itself, is formed or it got its name from the saint Gorakhnath. Okay, it is the temple of the saint Gorakhnath. There is the Mahasamadhi of Gorakhnath Guruji, and he was the first saint of the Nath Sampradaya. You know, the Nath, the name ends with Nath. So that's why it's called Nath lineage. All the gurus coming, all the saints in the Gorakhnath temple or Gorakhnath Mat, they all will have Nath as the ending name, surname. Okay, like Aditya Nath. Got it?
Yes, sir. God.
Okay, because you're Aditya, so you will get Aditya Nath. Fine. And this particular temple is also built in the honor of, Gorakhnath Maharaj, and it is built in the same place where he was doing his sadhana. His sadhana was his penance, his tapas, his nam sankirtan, his worship. Wherever he was worshipping the god, the same place the temple is made, and it is in that place only he attained Mahasamadhi. Okay, where he reached the feet of God. And you know what? The interesting part, the Gorakhpur was part of Kosala kingdom. You know to whom Kosala kingdom belongs to?
Bharata's grandfather.
Hmm.
Sir, Ayodhya.
Yes. Okay, Kosala kingdom. And what to say? Rama's mother, what's her name?
Kaushalya.
That is why she was called Kausalya. She was born in Kosala kingdom. So that's why her name became Kausalya. She is named as Kausalya. And in this particular Gorakhpur area was once ruled by the Kosala kingdom, and who belonged to the Solar dynasty. Solar dynasty is what? The kingdom, the lineage of kings who were worshipping sun god.
Or son.
Yeah, the sun god. They come in the, the sun is their ancestor basically. They come in the lineage of sun god, and that is why they are called Surya Vamsha.
Surya Vamsha.
Yeah, Surya
Lord
Vamsha.
Krishna comes in Chandra Vamsa, no?
Exactly. Like this, Surya Vamsha. And Surya Vamsha, in that, they were all called Ishwaku rulers. Ishwaku, Surya Vamsha, or it is also called as Ishwaku dynasty. In that, who was the popular king in Ishwaku dynasty? Anybody know?
Lord Rama.
Yeah, Lord Rama. Yeah, Lord Rama comes in the Surya Vamsha or Ishwaku dynasty in that lineage. Okay. And Gorakhpur was like, later became the integral part. It became a part of Maurya dynasty, Shunga dynasty, Kushan dynasty, Gupta dynasty, and Harsha dynasty. So all these particular kings at various stages in the history, various periods, it was part of their kingdom. Okay. And this temple, Gorakhnath temple, has the Mahasamadhi. Gorakhpur temple has the Mahasamadhi of Gorakhnath Maharaj. This particular temple which is in Gorakhpur, and it is built in the honor of Gorakhnath Maharaj, and there is a Mahasamadhi of Gorakhnath, and where the Gorakhnath ji was sitting in a seat and he was doing tapas, he was doing penance, he was worshipping. That particular seat is also there till now. It is also built in the temple. And it is popular for a lot of Hindu religious activities in Uttar Pradesh. You know what? There are a lot of thousands of devotees come for the Makar Sankranti festival, which happens in Gorakhnath Mandir. Like Khichdi festival, which Aditya was saying, the Khichdi is offered to the Gorakhnath Maharaj, Gorakhnath Baba, and it is served as a Mahaprasada to all the devotees in that particular temple. And the king of Nepal also visits Gorakhnath Gorakhnath temple, where, once in a while, because there are two temples for Gorakhnath, one in Uttar Pradesh and one in Nepal. So in that memory, whenever Gorakhnath festival happens, sometimes the king of Nepal also visits this temple. And you have seen, like, Gorakhnath Mutt or any mutt in the sense, the ashram or mutt, there will be a chief priest, right? There will be head of the mutt. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you heard of, yeah, you might have heard of Ramakrishna Mutt. Ramakrishna Mutt was founded by Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Correct?
Yes, sir.
You heard of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
He was the guru of Swami Vivekananda. Yeah. Likewise, any mutt has a chief priest, chief guru. Correct? So this particular mutt was built in the honor of Gorakhnath Baba, and he has his disciples who have been a chief priest or the head of the mutt at every point of time. Okay. And right now, who is the chief priest of Gorakhnath Mutt? Which Nath is popular in Uttar Pradesh?
Sir, can you repeat?
See, in any mutt, in any particular mutt, like Ramakrishna Mutt, and you said Bhairati Mutt, like that, any mutt, there is a head person, the Baba, the saint who is heading the mutt. There will be a saint heading the mutt as a chief priest at every point of time. For example, after Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekananda was there. After Vivekananda, his disciples were there. Like that, they were the chief of the particular mutt or the ashram. Likewise, there is one particular person who is well known now in Uttar Pradesh. He is the chief priest or the head priest of the Gorakhnath mutt. Sorry? Exactly. Yogi Adityanath ji is the chief priest of Gorakhnath mutt right now. Okay. He took over as the head of the mutt in the year 2014. Because prior to Yogi Adityanath ji, there was Mahan Avaidhyanath. There was a chief priest called Mahan Avaidhyanath. He was the chief guru of that particular mutt. So after his demise, after Yogi Avaidhyanath passed away, or he attained Mahasamadhi, and the particular chief priest position was given to Yogi Adityanath ji. You know who's Yogi Adityanath?
Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh.
Exactly. So later he became the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh.
Sir, he is the CM.
He is the CM. That's right. That's what. He is the CM. And the temple is like, as I told you, it's of about 52 acres of land. 52 acres is something like, it's a vast area. And in that temple, there are a lot of deities, Shiva, Vishnu, Ram, various deities are there. And also there is a shrine for Gorakhnath Baba, Gorakhnath Maharaj, where he was seated and where he attained Mahasamadhi. And there is one Divya Jyoti there. Divya Jyoti in the sense it's a eternal or holy lamp, which is lit from the days of Gorakhnath Maharaj. That particular lamp was lit during those days when Gorakhnath Maharaj was alive. And after he attained Mahasamadhi also, that lamp is not put off at all. It is continuously glowing till today. Even now, you can see that particular Divya Jyoti glowing inside the temple. And another important feature of this temple is there is a Goshala in that particular temple, which is maintained well. And there are a lot of cows which are maintained. We call cows as what? Gomata, right?
Gomata, yes.
Yeah,
Sir.
because it gives a lot of things to us. It gives milk like a mother. So we worship Gomata as Mahalakshmi, right?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So there is a Goshala in the temple, and whoever is the sadhus present in the temple or the priests of the temple, they are given houses inside that particular Gorakhnath Mandir campus itself. So the lot of sadhus who are staying over there. There is a Goshala. There are places to worship. There are a lot of shrines for Lord Shiva, Rama, Vishnu, everybody. And there is a Gorakhnath Swami's Mahasamadhi also. Right now, the chief priest of the temple is Yogi Adityanath. Right?
Yes, sir.
Hope you all were able to understand, and hope you were able to take down the name so that there will be a next round of game asking the names from this particular session. And
Yes.
now we end this Gorakhnath temple history and we move on to another very, 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 very important and holy place in Uttar Pradesh. What is that? Any guesses?
Janmabhoomi.
Yeah,
Ram
Ram
Janmabhoomi.
Janmabhoomi. What is the meaning of Ram Janmabhoomi?
The place where Lord Rama was born.
One at a time.
Birthplace of Lord Rama was born.
Correct.
Rama was born.
Okay.
Rama was born.
Understood. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll continue. Yeah. So this is the place where Lord Rama was born. And that particular place, Ram Janmabhoomi, is Ayodhya, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Though we call him Lord Rama has many faces, many, Lord Rama is not only a god. See, when we say Mahavishnu, he took an avatar of Krishna. But still, though he was born as Krishna, he was doing a lot of godly things. He was killing the demons. He was, he lifted the hill in a single finger, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, baby singer.
Likewise, Lord Krishna, though he was born as an avatar, he was doing a lot of godly things, which only gods can do. But Lord Rama, he took an avatar of an ordinary human being and he became the king. He was born as a human being, as a son of King Dasharatha, and again he became a king. Before he became a king, he had to go to the forest. He had to spend 14 long years along, and where he missed his wife. His wife Sita Mata was taken away by Ravan and he had to walk from Ayodhya till Sri Lanka, and he walked, all over, because just because he was an avatar of Mahavishnu, he didn't fly, he didn't, do magic, he didn't do anything. He lived like a human being, and he was an example of how a human being should live, how a man should live, and how he should. That's nice, Aditya. Good. Okay, so he lived like an example to the entire universe, how the man should live. And you know what? Ayodhya. Where is Ayodhya situated? It is situated in Uttar Pradesh.
Uttar Pradesh.
Banks of river Sarayu.
Sarayu.
Yeah, have you heard of the name Sarayu river?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's one of the holiest. Yeah, it is one of the holiest river in India, because Lord Rama was born there. And Lord Rama was born along with 3 brothers, right?
Yes, sir.
Who are they?
Yes, sir.
Bharata, Shatrugna, Lakshmana.
Correct. Okay. And he was born to Dasharatha, King Dasharatha, and he had 3 brothers. And he got married to Sita Mata. And we all know the entire Ramayana till he, fought a battle with Ravana and won the battle and took back Sita, came back to Ayodhya, and again he started ruling the country.
Ayodhya.
Yeah, Ayodhya. You know what Ayodhya means? Yodhya.
No, sir.
Yodhya is like, Yodhya signifies Yuddha, the war. Okay. The war which has to be fought. Ayodhya means there won't be any war. There are no enemies. The enemies can be, that is, it cannot be conquerable by the enemy. It can never be conquered. The place which can never be conquered by anybody. And there is another meaning for Ayodhya. What are our enemies for human beings? The sins we do. We do a lot of wrong things, knowingly or unknowingly, right?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes
Yes,
we do it by mistake, sometimes knowingly we do, sometimes unknowingly we do some mistake. That mistakes become bigger sins. So because of that, we get into the sin. So to get removed of the sin, we do a lot of things. We pray God, we ask for, apology with the God and all that. So the Ayodhya is a place where it can never be conquered by any sin, any unwanted things. So that is why it's called Ayodhya. And actually, Lord Rama was born there. So what is Ayodhya mean? Ayodhya means it is an unconquerable place. Nobody can win that place. And Ayodhya was the capital of Kosala kingdom. Kosala kingdom we saw in Gorakhnath history also. Kosala kingdom. Ayodhya was the capital of Kosala kingdom during the Ramayana period. Ramayana period is nothing but the period where, the Rama lived. You're able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Audible.
Sir.
Okay. So the Ayodhya was the capital of Kosala kingdom, and the rulers who ruled that particular kingdom belonged to Ishwaku dynasty or Surya Vamsha, right? Ishwaku was also one of the king, great grandfather of Rama.
Lord Rama.
Yeah, Lord Rama. And Ayodhya is also called as Saket. Have you heard of a word Saket?
Yes,
Saketa. Yeah. Yeah, lot of Buddhist travelers who came from China, Taiwan, and various other places, they visited India and they gained knowledge. They came to study here or they came to do business here. The Buddhist people, whoever have visited, they have mentioned Ayodhya as Saketa. Even Ram is also called Saketa Ram. You know that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And this particular Ayodhya where Rama was ruling, later stages when the Mughals invaded us, the Babur, the King Babur, Mughal King Babur, he
Sir, he destroyed
demolished.
the Ram Mandir and he built a mosque there.
Exactly. He destroyed Ram Mandir and he.
Sir, again, our Indians also, we also went and we had also destroyed that
Yes,
mosque.
sir. Then in 2020 they did Janmabhoomi.
They inaugurated Janmabhoomi. Babur destroyed and he built a mosque on that. And that particular mosque was also demolished in 1992.
Sir, can I say something? Sir,
Tell me.
sir, when our Indians were going to destroy that the Ayodhya Mandir, sir, my great grandfather also went.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Even I was present just before the demolition of Babri Masjid. I visited Ayodhya at that time. Wonderful. Okay. And where is your great grandfather? Where was he at that time?
Sir, I didn't know. I didn't. I know. I don't know much about that. But my grandfather told me. Now he is 92 years old and he is in Guntur. He is living in Guntur.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Great, great, great. Actually, you should go and you should fall at his feet and get his blessings. Okay. Okay. And you know what is there in Ayodhya temple? Even before demolition or after demolition, you know what is so special about Ayodhya temple? We call it Ram Janmabhoomi.
Navaratna.
No, actually, the Lord Rama, he is not giving darshan there as a king or as a god or something. He is present there as Ram Lalla, the baby Ram. You can see the baby Ram over there. I have seen that. When you plan your holiday or something next time, you should make a visit to Ayodhya temple and see Ram Lalla over there. There will be a small cradle, okay? Small cradle in which the Ram Lalla will be there. It's a baby Rama, which is present in Ayodhya temple. That's called Ram Lalla. Exactly. It's a small baby Ram, which is present over there. It's called Ram Lalla. And inside the temple premises, you can see, there is another palace kind of a place also, where you can still see where Lord Rama lived, and you can eat. There is also a kitchen where Sita Devi used to cook. It's called Sita Rasoi. Sita Rasoi is also present in that particular Ayodhya temple, where there is an extension of the temple inside. And in 2020, right, the Supreme Court told us, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We can hear you, sir.
Okay. After the demolition by Babur and after the demolition of the Babri Masjid by our people, Hindus, the case was running in the Supreme Court. And in 2020, Supreme Court ordered that particular land belonged to Hindus only, because there was an excavation happening to prove that it belongs to Hindus. And they dug up the whole place, and in the underground, under the earth, they excavated. They found a lot of Hindu temple pillars. There was a temple structure. There were a lot of stone slabs which resembled the Hindu temple, which was present long, long, long ago. So they excavated, and they were able to read the ancient inscriptions on the particular excavated stone slab. And they found that they came to know that it belonged to Hindu, and there was a Rama temple present long, long ago, centuries back. So Supreme Court understood that this particular place belonged to Hindus, and they gave an order to hand over the land to Hindus. And the masjid which was present there, they ordered the Ram Janmabhoomi committee to give a land to Muslims to build a temple little away from the Ram Janmabhoomi site. So what happened? The UP government allotted a land for building a mosque to Muslims separately, a little away from Ayodhya Ram Janmabhoomi. And now Ram Janmabhoomi became the property of Hindus. And now the temple is being constructed, and the temple will finish, and the consecration, the holy consecration or the Kumbhabhisheka is supposed to happen in 2023. Have you Have you seen that news? Anybody?
Yes, sir. I saw it live.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2023, we can see the full completed Rama temple in Ram Janmabhoomi, and we all should visit there at least once in the lifetime, because Rama is Maryada Purushottam, right?
Yes, sir.
Though he was an avatar, he is celebrated as Maryada Purushottam Ram, and
He is the Murti of
yeah,
Dharma.
yeah, we call him as an ideal person because he showed us how a man or woman should live. Number one. Number two, he showed us how a king should rule. Number three, he showed us how a husband should be to his wife. He lived like how a father should live to his sons or daughters. He lived in a way as an example how an elder brother should be to his other brothers. He lived as a son, how he should be obedient to his father. Like King Dasaratha said, go to forest, he immediately started to forest, right? And he also lived like how to obey your mothers as a son. Kaikeyi said, Bharata has to rule this place, so you have to go to forest for 14 years. So, and Kaikeyi also said, Dasaratha will tell you, Dasaratha will give you the order, so you have to go to the forest. You know what Lord Rama said? Ma, you are my mother. And why should father say that? Even if you tell me, I will go. Why should I wait for father's order? I will take your order like my father's order, and I will start to the forest. He started to the forest immediately. So he lived and showed us a way on how a person should live, like a son, like a brother, like a father, like a husband, like a brother. He lived a complete life, and he showed us how one should live the entire life, irrespective of whatever problems he gets into the life, how we should not, how we should follow the path of dharma. Okay, if he has thought like a king, he could have gone to his father and said, no, I have to rule the kingdom. I cannot go to the forest. Or he could have told Kaikeyi, or he could have, told all the brothers, you all go away. I want you to rule this country. No, he was obedient. He was in the path of dharma. He showed how one should live. And if he is a god, he could have created a magic, killed Ravana sitting in Ayodhya itself, and he could have got back Sita Mata. But he didn't do that. He walked from Ayodhya, from Uttar Pradesh. He walked till Tamil Nadu and crossed the ocean, Indian Ocean, through Ram Setu. You know what is Ram Setu, na? He built a bridge. Setu.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he built a bridge with the help of monkeys. Okay, he didn't even ignore. They are monkeys, they will not be useful. He never said that. He used the monkeys' help, and he crossed the ocean, went to Sri Lanka, and he fought a battle with Ravana. He killed Ravana and took back Sita Mata, brought her back to Ayodhya and started ruling. So he is not only a god, he is not just a god to Hindus. He is a god for India. He is the God for the whole country, irrespective of any caste, creed, or religion. He has showed us how to live and how to follow the path of dharma, right?
Sir, even a squirrel helped to build the bridge.
Exactly. Even a squirrel helped to build the bridge, which means, what does it mean? He didn't
Like
even.
Rama instead kept his 3 fingers on it, and that's why it has 3 stripes on its body.
Exactly. So what is the lesson we should learn there? He didn't think of a squirrel as a small animal, and he didn't ignore squirrel. Okay, he allowed the squirrel to help him, and he encouraged the squirrel also, and he respected the squirrel's help also. He took it. So that is how we all should live our whole life. We should be good sons or daughters to the parent. We should be good brother or sister to our sibling. We should be good homemaker. So we should be example to others, right? That's what Lord Rama has taught us. And Ayodhya is one place which we are going to see in 2023. Lord Rama is going to take a new temple for himself. He is going to bless us all from there. And we all will try to visit Ayodhya Ram Janmabhoomi temple once, right? Okay.
Sir.
Okay. So with this,
Yes,
I'll finish
sir.
the. With this, I'll finish the temples of Uttar Pradesh for this week. Let's all say Jai Shri Ram.
Shri Ram.
Shri Ramachandra Murti ki Jai. Jai Shri Ram. Hari Om.
Thank you, Saravanan sir.
Thank you.
These are real valuable lessons from the life of Lord Rama. Thank you, sir.
Definitely. I am blessed to share that to all today. Thank you. Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram, sir.